So, welcome to our live stream. This is after a while when I have been trying to make sure that we come back separately or differently. And we know there was some time that I missed a lot. I really missed on the air. So, those time I'm sure they were not so good. And today we are talking specifically about why I'm doing what I'm doing. And you can ask yourself, what are you doing? So I'm taking on the research about low power device running inference, AI inference. It's so interesting to me because of few factors. Number one factor is the capability of bringing powerful AI to a very small devices. It's really something that attract my attention. So why small devices? Because there's a lot of already existing solutions and the AI capabilities that are doing more, but they're doing more on the specific devices also. So for you to run or to start an inference of a AI model, you need to have a very good memory. We are talking about RAM, but also we are talking about a very powerful CPU. And also you need to have a good, so the CPU, if the model is so big or is so powerful, CPU will do nothing. So you need one more layer where is the GPU come in. Now that's where majority fail to meet the standard because AI models are out there. Models are free, open source. So anyone can start an inference of any open source model. But the question is, how will you do that? And after even you get the information, because this time on information is public, available, and accessible. But now the question is, how will I get the infrastructure that will support my device to run inference of this particular model? And if you ask yourself, what is inference, by the way? So it's the way to make the model generate or do what it was made to do, predict. Models are created for prediction and the guessing. It's every, and this is mathematical big concept, but when we'll drop it to the low standard, easy to chew, is every model has been made for it to guess or predict the thing that it was made to predict. And that prediction needs an environment for this whole box or this whole zip-like. Because yeah, models are zip-like file or zip-like files, number of files that have been compressed and technically used to make neural network. And at the end of the day, when you ask something, the model has to predict based on the input and based on the knowledge. So the question comes to my main goal. How can we run the model that makes sense in low powered devices? This is devices like a phone, because you need to run inference direct from your phone. You need to be able to see how, or you need to predict a next text. You don't need to go to ChatGPT to do the simple. It sounds simple, but yeah, every time I think about it, I can remember. But a simple thing like proofread and the grammar and a lot of other things that we use everyday ChatGPT, Crowd to do, and even Gemini. So all of these tools that we're using, how can we bring them to the device that you use every day? How can we make you getting or be able to test or to run all these inferences dialect in your device? So the question now comes to the capacity, because every phone comes with its own capability. And if you remember, we mentioned about RAM. We mentioned also about CPU capacity or GPU and the storage. So if you have a phone, Android phone or any other phone, I will talk more on Android because my research and my work is more based on Android as of now, because those I think globally they have a big number of user, possibly, yeah, big number of user. Let's do the real check. Yeah, let's do the real check. Yeah, so not using Google, and this is a call. So if we look, I wanted a quick summary answer without spending hours. So if we use a quick statistics here, we see globally Android dominate with approximately 3.9 to 4.9 billion active user. And this is 71% of the market share, while Apple is taking the rest 28. So that's why even my research is focusing on this particular area. There's a lot of users that are using Android devices every day. So now the question is, how can we make most of the thing that user do in their phone that may need some intelligence to be able to use on device intelligence. And that's where now we come with finding out what does it take to run an inference within Android phone or any other small or low power devices. And we have built, we have created, and also we are continuing testing different devices that are showing us that there is some, it's promising that we are going to see the really breakthrough in this particular path. And now the first thing is looking at what we created. We created a simple, straight, but also fast app store. This is not challenging any other store because this is just a way to make it from the developer to the user in a very fast way. The store helps you as a user or as a developer to be able to build app and deploy it and share just in a minute. So among the app that we have provided, number one is Elgato. So this is one of the application I was testing myself every part to see if I want the user normal usage, like a user can be able to do to rehearse for a dating program, a dating session. He or she is having a dating appointment and he wanted or she wanted to clear their mind by understanding and see how they can break the ice, making sure that they talk about things that matter. And if you look from far, you feel like this is it's you can use ChatGPT, you can use any other model out there. But see, to be honest, these are so personal because they are touching personal fears that we to put your fears out there and without control is not something I can advise someone. So bringing that to your device, you are becoming in charge of all the information because all the information remain in the user device. So it helps someone to be able to talk to the AI, and this AI is local, and you can use voice or you can type as a normal chatting, but also learning basic English. Let's say you have these words you are meeting every day, new words. You want to understand some simple, look like simple concept, but you don't know about that. So it's not only we are helping someone to be able to keep the private information private, but also in another way, we are preserving the word by not pushing this big model to do an inference for small tasks like this. Because if you have heard, every question you send to these models, it costs a lot, especially these big models. They use a lot of power, a lot of energy to generate every answer that you ask. So we bring that to the user, which is happening within their device, and we are cutting a lot, a lot of challenging to the next generation. So we are preserving the world by bringing AI to the user devices. So this is one of the example, and we have number of other apps here. We have another app that I love the most, which is Markdown Reader. So Markdown Reader, I will tell you a little bit background of Markdown Reader. I was building this app, and then I had Markdowns, and I downloaded Markdown Reader, public Markdown Reader. The problem was the Markdown Reader had some advert, which I understand. The developer has spent time to build this app, and he or she has posted it for free online. So the only way they can make the income is through the advert. But now, if you are using Markdown Reader in your phone, there is some areas that you don't need to be bombarded with advert. So what happened was I was opening the app, I was opening the Markdown, and then there was an advert which was loud, number one. Two was no, it was not appropriate to what I was doing. So it really pushed me to think, okay, what is Markdown Reader at all? Why should I download Markdown Reader? So when I built one, then I thought of adding AI, and then that's where the AI came in. And when it was working on this particular research of on device, it was just a transfer from public AI, public API AI to local mods. So yeah, now it's running a local on device AI, and it's amazing. I love the way it performs and all that it does. It's really super amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So another thing that made us or made me to go toward this direction also was the realization that there is a lot of models that can do magical things on device without depending on the other models. So that's exactly why I had to build this other application, because this one was totally built when I was happy with the result, and I said, no, let's now go a little bit deeper, little bit inside to see what can we do, what can't we do actually. So yeah, we built Cancage API, and this was specifically to make our apps learn locally. And this is it's coming from AI provider API. So what it does, it gives you a chance to start open AI compatible API. So you start inference in your device, your phone, and then you get the IP that you can connect to other app to use the AI from the phone. So your phone becoming a small data center, a, a small chat GPT API, which is it's interesting looking at how many devices we have every day and how many time we change devices. Then you find yourself having number of devices lying around that has nothing to do. So with this particular application, you get fully open AI compatible API that you can be able to run and experience automatically in your device. So it's a good thing. It's those things that when you have it, it changed the way you think. And especially to me, I feel like this solve one big problem that as a developer, you are working on a number of projects. You don't need actual AI, the whole power and energy and everything as a testing or MVP. You can be able to run everything from within your phone. Because one of the when we was doing our research, we came to realize that there are some models that are very powerful and they work perfectly in the mobile. So one of it is Gemma. Gemma, let me take you there because these are the models that when we came across, we was yes, exactly this, exactly this, and we need this. Yeah, we need this. Oh. Hugging Face. Let's go to Hugging Face. .co. So I will go dialect to German. Gemma. So one of the model that works well is Gemma 4. Yeah, Gemma 4 works very well. So if we go to Gemma to light RT LM. These are the models now we run for mobile inference because they work perfect. This one is a little bit powerful because if you look here, it has almost 2 GB, the normal model, because I'm running the one with 2 GB point one. Yeah, 2 GB point one something. So this one, and one thing, you need to have a good RAM. So you can't have a 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM. It's it's a little bit less because 4 GB mean that 2 GB are taken, but also some other system need RAM. So if you use our app, we'll be able to tell you when the device capability is supported or what amount of capabilities you need. So yeah, Gemma is has proven to be real. That's why I even started to do the conversion. I have converted and I'm sharing all of these publicly so that you can be able to grab them. Yeah. I have started converting some models and you can access Cocolo models. This is another TTS that we are using for on device. It worked perfectly. It worked amazingly. The good thing, you know, when you get a chance to provide to yourself an API without remit, I think nothing should be compared to that. No, nothing should be compared to that. Nothing. No. I don't think you see how much you get as a value when your phone is now giving you access to things that you could never get. So yeah, you can when you start your server and you load the models, Cocolo as one of the TTS can give you now TTS direct from your phone. The good thing about Cocolo is so tiny but works amazingly. Works amazingly. I really love it. They did a good work. They did an amazing work. Yeah, this is okay. I'm trying to run the Cocolo dialect, and there it is.
Hello from the Kenkage API Playground.
So let me show you. So this is in Kenkage. Can cap. Can how do we call this? This is so interesting English. Can cage. I like to call it can cage because the idea is a cage of models, but it has its own meaning, which is not why I'm here. So you get the text and I can run it from here if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. What is the IP? Am I let me see. If the inference is up and running, I should be able to do. Oh, yeah, I should be able to do that. Let's see. Let's see. 192, 168, 0. Because it's on the same Wi Fi. So if you are on the same Wi-Fi, you can be able to do that. And if you go on the setting, you'll be able to see the IP, your actual IP. Yeah, you'll be able to know what is your IP and also what is your port. You can change all of this. Yes, so this is from my phone. This is my phone and this is coming from my phone. Now, if I want to do a compression, I'll need to provide this information. Here we have number of information that I will need. Number one, if I go to compression, I'm using Gemma. I don't think I need to log in. Yeah, Gemma 4 E to be it, and the role user content. Tell me a joke. Tell me a short story about can catch any imaginary hero from the future who changed the world. Hmm. All right, so that is, and then I can say stream false or true. Da, 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 da. I can get rid of that. And there we go. So that is coming from my phone. And there we go. So we have failed fetch, and the my server has, yes, had some little bit complication. Yes, use that. Exactly. Yeah, so the reach, let me go to the audio because audio has no issues with those long information. So yeah, dialect from your phone, dialect from your device. It's amazing. It's really amazing, Kokolo. And you are the first. You are the first individual in the world to see this happening. Can't you see that she's amazing? Yeah, you're the first one. Yeah, you're the first one to see that. Let me cut one more thing. I think my. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think my good. That would be better. And we do that. Do that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's way cleaner. So we have that, and I will copy the same text here. I'll copy the same text here, and I'll bring them dialect here. And the voice, you know the voice. If you don't know them, you can Google that. But they are starting with FA. F is for female, M is for male. So you need to know what you are looking for. You need to know what you're looking for. If you know the voice, you can be able to get it. And the voice is here. This is generated from my phone. And now, if I have an application, it can be able to do live audio and text generation. And remember, Gemma 4 is also is also capable of seeing. and it can run tools and skills. So it's a very powerful model that you can run in your mobile, and you can do that using Cancage API. This gives you capability to have AI, and you become AI provider to yourself and to people around you. Why should you stress again? Like, let's be honest. Why should you stress again about AI if you can provide it to yourself? Yeah, that's why Ken Cage is doing. Is giving you that capability to provide AI to your tools, your devices, and everything. And if you happen to have an Android phone that is doing nothing, is laying around, have been there, it has maybe good RAM. If you didn't sell that device, maybe I would advise you don't sell it and now start using it for as AI provider. And you can even start charging. Who knows? What if you can connect? Because that's the next thing we are doing on our research is to do the to spread the inference demand so that you may be having 3 to 4 Android phone, and you use them as a cluster that help you to spread the model across these devices and reduce the delay, because there's now more RAM. There's more RAM, there's more capability, a lot that you can do. So take care of your old iPhone and Android. Yeah, because they might be useful soon than you thought. It's not only to sell it, it might be a provider. So back to why we are doing this. We are doing this because as myself, I get really concerned when I want to test a small thing and I have to use these big models for very small thing. They are very good. They are very important. But if it's something so small, then we need to find a way to do with the small thing. Think of this. If you want to cut grasses at your house and then you get caterpillar, which will not even fit your backyard, but because that is the only model, then there's something which is wrong. That's why we need to bring on device where it belongs. It doesn't replace the big AI provider. No, that's not the mission. The mission is let's do what can be done fast, quick, and easy dialect in the mobile. Whatever needs big capacity, long processes, and whatever, let's send them to where they belong, on the crowd. So that's where we are doing the research. So I don't know what you think. If you find this interesting in any way, please let us know. But also Tasty Priest store. Go there, download, find an app that you think maybe it aligns with you, and remember to download the store APK also. Install this so that it can help you to know all about the updates of apps that are uploaded on Alligator's store. And if you happen to be a developer and you want to share your Android application that you have developed, use Alligator's store because you don't need to go through a lot of hooks and list of reviews. We use a new technology that assure and check all the APK in a different way, but also we sign them. So it become something that as we go, it will be a way to go for apps. And also, we provide a skill so you can download a skill. This skill will help you to be able to upload or publish your APK following the standard because you need to generate a certain number of assets and the skill is already equipped with that. We we are bringing a store in the time that we understand what you understand, and we don't need to give you another understanding. We are providing a mechanism for you to share your APK as quick as possible. So yeah, let's hear from you. What do you think about Elega Pristo? What do you think about Kankage? Kankage is being upgraded a lot, so it might be buggy because there's a lot of changes that are happening every day. But at the end of the day, we're building something that everyone will be happy to use. And who knows? It might be you changing how you use AI and move totally on Kenkage AI provider. I can't wait to hear your stories, your experience, and how you have found Eliga Praise Store. At the end of the day, it's either you are building or you are not. So at Eliga Praise, we are building right now.